Como ça va, YouTube? Danny here with Cajun Hydroponics. Boy! What's up? Today, we are out in the tank shed, tank barn, the carbon, whatever you want to call it, it don't matter. What we're doing is, I'm tired of tripping over them damn extension cords. So, yesterday afternoon, when it was lava hot outside and we felt like we were breathing water, I was out here in the shade. In the shade, it was like 97 degrees in here. But in the shade, I was out here. And I was hooking up the timers and putting in plugs to be able to run everything off of itself. If you know me, if you watched me, I like automation. Even if it costs a little bit to get it started, automation saves a lot of time. Saving a lot of time, that's for me. I like to sit down and watch TV and read my books. I ain't got time for that. But this is what we got. I was out here. Let's back that up some. Payout, boy. Look. Okay, so this is going to be the setup we have going for the tank pumps to where they kick off and on their own. The only thing that's going to be hot all the time is, what pal? That right there. I did put in an extra box. An extra set of receptacles to where if I need to plug something in like a drill or anything like that, it will be in there. Don't worry about the stuff in the back. That's my mix just for the fertilizer. I'm going to have to find another place to put that because I forget. Yeah, so we're going to have a timer right here. A little cheap Harbor Freight timer. This is going to plug into the side of it. And the reason I say that's going to plug into the side of it, this junction box right here, which will be capped, it will be taped, everything's going to be good. It is tied into 3 switches. This goes for tank 1, tank 2, and tank 3. Each of those switches are connected into a receptacle box, or they will be at some point, and the pumps are going to be tied. Each pump is going to be into its own receptacle box. 1, 2, and 3. By doing that, the whatever tank we're on, we're just going to flip the switch on. What pal? And it's going to go to the timer. And the timer is going to circulate that tank 30 minutes a time, twice a day. Might go a little bit more. We might turn it on for 30 minutes each time before the pumps actually turn on in the greenhouses. But that's what we're trying to get done. More automation. And so far, even with the cost of everything right now, I think to automate it and have that being done, I'm somewhere around $30 to get it done. $40. Not really expensive. The most expensive portion was this and the 2 breakers. I'm 100% about putting a breaker box in every each greenhouse has its own breaker box. This one will also. That way there's breakers on top of breakers on top of breakers. I ain't burning my shit down. But here's a light switch also coming from here. That doesn't go to a light switch. It goes to another receptacle. The reason we got that receptacle is the circulating pump. I'm sorry, not the circulating. That is the pump to push the fresh water back into the mixing tanks. Not hard. But it's a plug-in, and there's no off and on switch. Even though the pump I just showed you is not going to be the one we're leaving, I don't like the way it pushes the water. So we purchased another one. I will be putting it in. The other one does have an on and off switch, but it's not an ideal place to be able to get to it to flip it off and on. So the easiest thing, plug it in a receptacle, flip it off and on. Woke up this morning at 3 o'clock to drink my coffee, and I'm like, boy, I was all pumped up. It's like another hour and a half, everything's gonna be done in the tank barn. I'll be able to get in the greenhouse, start working. It's gonna feel good because of the shade cloth on the greenhouse. Take a sip of coffee, my mind starts working. I forgot to put a light in the tank barn. So guess what? We gotta add another light switch, and we gotta add a couple wires and a light. But that's the gist of what we got going on. If you're following along with the Why I Do What I Do, I guess, series, it's in there. But automation. Even something as cheap as this, saving you time to be able to do it. I'm still trying to figure out how I can set me up something in here to mix the fertilizer in and then pumping it to each one of the tanks instead of doing it in 5-gallon buckets right now. That seems to be a lot. But we're going to figure that out also. So, South Louisiana, boy, you got to love it. 5 minutes in. Hope you learned something. Hope you get some ideas. If you got some ideas to give to me, shout them out in the comment section. I like ideas. I like building stuff. I like staying busy. Y'all grew that. Later.